Okay, cool. So that track, I just put it together. Didn't take me too long to do. And I can't be on too late because it's getting late here. But I just wanted to show you what I'm using. So scalar to this iPad, obviously AUM, scalar to, and I'm using audio layer, which I have a plethora of sounds in here that I've put together. One carries the bass. This is for the piano, synth, and pads, this track. And this channel here is for the lead. And I'm adding a little fab filter. Well, this is EOS 2, which is like a reverb, kind of like what my Valhalla would be on the desktop. And then this is a little distortion I added to this lead. But it's more like a little saturation with a little coloring too. So that's the horn that you kind of hear in the back with the dun, 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 like that I was trying to do. And I'm using some type of, I'm using analog strings from I think this is a Kawhi board sample, basically, one-shot sample. So using that, and I'm using the OP-1 as the controller. So here, I'll turn it up so you can. So I just have a one shot. In there, but I go through each one, play the part that I'm gonna do. I did the drums first. This is a real simple beat. I didn't do much to it. It's nothing special. Added in this is just some like Jupiter 4, like mellow keys type vibe. Then I added in the bass, a little R&B bass. Then I added in the lead, which I showed you. Just wanted to do a lo-fi, you know. I actually didn't put any, I don't think I have anything on the effects. Nope. And I just took a picture on here for whatever reason. So there you have it. So so I kind of went through how I put that together. My workflow is kind of like that on the SP. I will use the OP-1 sound sometimes. Sometimes I want to say I'll sample into the OP-1 or just use what's in the OP-1 and I'll bring in sounds. A lot of times I'm going to use the drum. If I have this access, I'm going to use the drums here, preferably, just because they're going to sound better. So these are, let me take that off, actually. These are Eldre drums, like lo-fi drums, I think volume 4. So I pulled some from there for those. And then you heard all the other parts that I did and what I did with that. So there's pretty much the song. So I think one of the things that I like to do with the SP is just build gradually across each part. And then a lot of times my songs are very simple. I feel like sometimes I'll get intricate, but if I do, it's usually when I do it on the computer. So this might be like how I start the song. And then if I want to do extra stuff, more filters and extra beyond that, I'll take it to the computer because it's just quicker, to be honest with you. That's the reason why. But yeah, so the SP has pretty much been the main hub here, and the iPad powers it through the USB, or if you don't have that, you can always use, you guys have seen me talk about this in the previous video, just the battery with this is cool. That's if I'm not using the iPad. what I like about using the iPad is with Scalar, I have, if I'm kind of stuck for like what to play and I don't really have a chord progression in mind, I can usually find something to come up with in here using chord progressions. So that's always a positive. And then I pretty much just put all that together, and then you got your, then you can grab some other instruments if you want another lead over it, or like I've shown in previous videos, if you want to mute out something. Play with effects. So exit. So another thing is like another trick, or that I'm using a lot of times is I think I've shown you how I do the external recording portion of it, but lately I've been limiting myself on adding in effects and just playing it naturally in, and then come back as you see here, and I put the 303 vinyl sim and the compressor on to kind of give it that, to fill it out and give it that a little more beef. Right? Without that, it would sound like this. So it's just, it's there. I mean, you can obviously turn it up and get that sound, but if you get that 303 in there with the compressor, it sounds good. Mind you, there is no MIDI here, so you can see it's just me playing, right? The same thing I'm gonna do with this. I pretty much do that with everything, even the computer I'll play in. I do use MIDI on the computer sometimes just because it's needed for certain things. Like for instance, if I'm doing chords like with Scalar, I'll probably use MIDI. Or if I'm using, what was the other thing? Oh, like Serato sampler, sometimes I use to chop up samples. So then it's kind of MIDI triggered, kind of like Koala is, into, and then I'll convert it into audio once I have the parts that I want. But yeah, I prefer to work in audio with most things. And that is pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to show you a quick session. I want to try to do something where I do it live, but I don't always know when people will be on, or if somebody will even watch it live. I don't tend to think most of the people that subscribe to me will watch live stuff. So I try to just make simple videos. But if anybody really wants me to try to do live, put it in the comments and let me know, and I'll do something live to kind of show you a workflow. I think the next time we do something, I might do something directly into the computer with Ableton Live to just show you my workflow again with that. Looks like my battery's dying on this iPad, so it's gonna kill the SP. So I'm gonna end it here. But anyway, I just wanted to show you kind of this workflow I'm working with. And since I got the camera set up better now, I think it's an easier fix to see. I can see more stuff in the picture, of course. But yeah, anyway, so that's it for this one. All right.